Hello, very good afternoon, namaskar. अनि यहाँलाई स्वागत गर्न चाहन्छु कार्यक्रम के आज घर मैमा जुन हो यहाँको डेली टेलिभिजन प्रोग्राम र आउने गर्छ कान्तिपुर टेलिभिजन HD मा every day from 12:30 to 1:30 except for Saturdays हजुर र सदाझै आज पनि उपस्थित भइसकेका छौं नयाँ टपिक जानकारीहरु इन्फर्मेसन नयाँ नयाँ प्रसंग र विविध कुराहरु लिएर म तपाईको होस्ट लरिसा त्यसैगरी
Yes, and this is Deepanjali. Welcome once again कार्यक्रम के आज घर मैमा. Yes, you all know कि यो प्रोग्राममा हामी different walks of life बाट गेस्टहरु पनि निम्ति आउँछौं र उहाँको जर्नीहरु पनि तपाईहरु समक्ष शेयर गर्छौं र नेशनली इन्टरनेशनली थुप्रै काम गरिसक्नु भएका विदेशी पाहुनाहरु पनि हामीले यो भन्दा अगाडि हाम्रो कार्यक्रममा ननिम्त्याएका होइनौं. हामीले धेरै पाहुनाहरुलाई यसरी निम्त्याइसकेका छौं. उहाँहरुको जर्नीको पनि कुराकानीहरु गरिसकेका छौं. तसर्थ आजको हाम्रो कार्यक्रममा पनि एकजना त्यस्तै विशिष्ट अतिथि हुनुहुन्छ जो आउनु भएको छ धेरै टाढा बांग्लादेशबाट. हुन त त्यति धेरै टाढा त हैन, कल्चरली धेरै डिफरेन्स त त्यति छैन हैन लरिसा. सो बेसिकली आजको हाम्रो गेस्टको कुरा गर्नु पर्दाखेरि निकै कम उमेरमा उहाँले धेरै भन्दा धेरै अचिभ गरिसक्नु भएको छ र रिसेन्टली नेपालमा उहाँ एउटा ट्रेनिङको लागि एउटा कन्फरेन्सको लागि आउनु भएको थियो जुन चाहिँ नि नेशनल इन्डिजिनियस वुमेन फोरम यानी कि यो एउटा भनौं न महिला सशक्तिकरणको लागि पनि एउटा राम्रो अभियान हो जसको लागि उहाँ आउनु भएको थियो र धेरै भन्दा धेरै दिदीबहिनीहरुलाई उहाँले ट्रेनिङ पनि दिनु भएको थियो. सो उहाँ यो सिलसिलामा नेपाल आउनु भएको छ र यसै मामलामा उहाँलाई हामीले चाहिँ हाम्रो कार्यक्रममा पनि निम्त्याएका छौं र बिफोर दैट उहाँको बारेमा अझै भन्नु पर्दाखेरि उहाँ एन्टरप्रेन्योर हुनुहुन्छ, उहाँ एउटा फ्यासन डिजाइनर हुनुहुन्छ, रिपोर्टर हुनुहुन्छ, ब्युटिशियन हुनुहुन्छ र आफूलाई धेरै भन्दा धेरै क्रिएटिभ फिल्डमा चाहिँ इन्भल्भ गरिसक्नु भएको छ. वेल, आजको हाम्रो अतिथि all the way from Bangladesh, she is Farah Deeba. र बिफोर दैट उहाँको एउटा सानो भिडियो प्याकेज हामी हेर्छौं. उहाँले कस्तो कस्तो कामहरु गर्नु भएको छ यो फोटो प्याकेज हामी हेर्छौं. लेट्स हैव अ लुक एन्ड देन वी विल वेलकम Farah in our show.
Alright, हामीले त देखि नै हाल्यो हैन उहाँको राष्ट्रिय तथा अन्तर्राष्ट्रिय स्तरमा आफ्नो संलग्नताको बारेमा पनि हैन. त्यसैगरी आजको हाम्रो अतिथिलाई चाहिँ म कार्यक्रममा स्वागत गर्न चाहन्छु. I'd like to welcome the very special guest for today, yes, this afternoon, Farah. Welcome to our show.
Thank you very much.
So, I understand that this is your very first time here in Nepal,
Yes.
right? So what has been the first impression like? What struck you so far? What has the people made so far, the impression about the people?
I love the people here. And back in my mind when I was in my university that time, from that time I was thinking, why not go to Nepal someday? If there be some way I go there someday. Because I always had this interest towards travel designs, travel concept, and their lifestyle. I like that. Okay. I like the Nepali designs too. Once one of my friends brought something and I was really happy about that. And yeah, fortunately, it was a conference, and I was invited at that conference. That was a South Asian roundtable conference for women empowerment. The participants came from 5 different countries, including Bangladesh, Nepal was there, Sri Lanka was there, Pakistan, India. They were there. So that is how I got into this, and I had this planning back in my mind that over here what I'm going to do is I will try my best to tag along with non-profit organizations, those who work with poor women, underprivileged women, or those who work with the disabled women, and try to offer my skill to them, some free workshop to them, do some seminar with them, so that would help to empower them, yes, to do some pilot project, and that can be taken forward later on.
Okay, so basically your motive to visit Nepal this time was to empower women, to train them, and to also to learn about some Nepalese fashion industry, right?
Yes, and what are the problems they had been facing. So through that conference, got to learn a lot about the challenges that is also being facing. There are funding issues, and there are job issues, and rural area and urban area. There are differences there. There's communication issues, language barrier is there. These things are there. Then I started to think, well, when it comes to creative skill, there is no barrier there.
Exactly.
And it doesn't take long to learn something new. And then you yourself can be an entrepreneur, you can teach another person and then another person, and that is how it grows.
So you are here for a very short visit actually, and you're just leaving tomorrow.
Yes.
And what kind of impression you got from the Nepalese people here, the organizers that called you here? You visited some places here in Nepal, the local markets.
Yeah.
How did you find it?
Oh, it's wonderful. I am having a really wonderful experience. Everyone is very much supporting, helpful, because sometimes I feel like, oh, where is this place? I don't know the place, where to go and all. And they had always been supporting me and cooperating with me, and how we can collab and work together. I have already done 3 workshops with 3 organizations. The one already you have said, NIWF, that's National Indigenous Women Forum. Then I have done with the youth one, that's Girls Travel. That's Girls Empowerment by Travel. Okay. So they do certain workshops, and then they train the village women. So it was a T to OT, training of the trainers. So I taught these young students, and they're going to take it forward to village women and teach them further. And then I have also worked with the National Indigenous Disabled Women Association, and the one I'm wearing, they made this after I have taught them how to do that, doing it with recycled fabrics and material.
So since you are also a fashion designer, among many other professions that you have decided to choose, I think fashion designing stands out among most of the other professions, right? So in terms of fashion, what did you notice here in Kathmandu? What are people trending to wear, or what are their sense in fashion? What did you observe? What was the very first thing that you observed in them?
Well, the thing is, when it comes to the tourist zone, the Samel there, the materials, there are more like handicraft items there. These are more colorful, and some are more functional. There are like accessories like gloves and caps. And what I like most is the Nepali topi. That's really beautiful. I love that. And when I went to other markets, I figured out that people here are a lot into colors. And since it's winter, obviously, so there are lots of jackets there and winter clothings there. And I came across traditional fabrics, the traditional designs. Some of the designs are almost similar to our designs. Like we have these exclusive Jamdani saris, Jamdani fabric. So the designs are almost similar to that too. That is what I figured out. Lots of geometrical design are there, and flowers are there. And these are, some are very gaudy, some are in cotton. That is what I figured out.
And I think people love experimenting different designs here. They're not scared or afraid to go about just wearing whatever comes by. So I think that's something that we like about ourselves.
It's all about fusion. You just mix and match and wear it.
Talking about Nepalese, they are very open to fashion. They are always welcome whatever fashion is there, in the market. And I also wanted to ask
very traditional to cultural outfit as well.
Exactly. So I wanted to ask you about your journey from Bangladesh to London. You have also participated in so many of the fashion shows internationally as well, nationally and internationally. So tell us about the journey, about your journey from Bangladesh to, you know, many international fashion weeks and fashion shows.
Yeah, I started out really early when I was in my university. That is when I started to think, okay, well, there is no barriers. There's nothing like barrier. You just have to be confident and you have to approach with whatever talent you have or whatever skill you have. And when I was in class 9, that is when I started to think that yes, I'm going to be a fashion designer. And my mom was the one who inspired me a lot and supported me a lot too. Well, so from very first year I started to do show, and before that I was doing diploma. That time also I did show. That time I got my first award back in 2003, a Best Designer Award, and I got a scholarship from Australia too for 3-month free training for further advanced training. That was my beginning, and I started with zero money. Whatever design I used to do, I used to sell and then accommodate that money, and with that money I started to do exhibition, and that is when I got noticed in my place nationally. Different TV channels to universities, and I started to compete in here back in my place and started to do shows. I had been to Lakme Next Gen show too, that was held in our place, and then I had done shows in UK, then USA. Slowly I started to grow. I started to have my own level. Firstly, I started it with the website, and then I started to grow back in 2006, and now it's 2000 still, and no, like 2018, and I'm still continuing it. I have done more than 60 shows, and till now I have got like 24 hours. Creative hours and Best Designer hours all included together from Canada, USA, and from my country, of course.
Okay,
yeah, of course.
So I think now we should have a look at the designs that you have showcased in London, and not only that, the other fabulous designs that Farah has designed. अहिले उहाँले डिजाइन गर्नुभएको र लन्डन फ्यासन विकमा चाहिँ डिस्प्ले गरिएको उहाँको विभिन्न डिजाइन्सहरू यतिखेर अहिलेको लागि हामी तपाईँ समक्ष राख्न चाहन्छौँ.
All right, such unique, such different, I guess, very versatile kind of designs. So one thing that I'd like to ask you is that where exactly do you get the inspiration for your designs? Whenever you create them, do you look into the lives of people, or is there anything else that you'd like to talk about when it comes to designing the outfits?
Well, yes, I look into the life of people. I look into the different cultures. Like for now, I'm here, and my planning is when I get back there, I carry the whatever colors I came across, fabrics I came across. I try to do some fashion show in future with whatever inspiration I got from here. And yes, in future, whatever thing that can be done in here, you know, the workshop that I've done, they had been doing these accessories, and I include that to shows or try to exhibit that in different exhibitions. Yes. Yeah, this is what I had been thinking. Yeah.
Great. And what has the feedback been like from the people that you encounter with every day, or let's say from your clients or from other people? How do they perceive your creations as? What do they tell you?
Oh, I got to hear a lot, you know, from different perspectives. Some says that I'm a working girl. Yeah. I'm also always working. It's difficult to track her down. And then some says, yes, I'm creative. Some says that, and some says that I can deliver product really fast compared to others. Just give me 2-3 days, I can do a collection fully.
Nice.
Okay, these are my like expertise, and I'm a versatile designer. Any kind of theme you want, you just tell me this is my theme, and then I start working on it immediately. I do a lot of research, and then I go into it. Like for instance, I'll give an example for that Lakme fashion show. There I showcased the lifestyle and life cycle, in fact, of women. I showed that through my designs. They wanted their colors to be there, and I introduced that too with it. Because from you know, from childhood to teenage, and then finally getting married, that's the thing I showcase there. So lifestyle comes into.
That's wonderful, isn't it? Very creative, very unique. I think these are things that we've heard for the first time, right? Deepanjali, हामीले पनि यो कुरा normally everyday life मा त सुन्दैनौँ नि एउटा women को journey लाई चाहिँ कसरी उहाँले आफ्नो fashion को through बाट चाहिँ showcase गर्नुहुन्छ भने it's all about creativity, right?
So basically, after the after the designs that you've showcased in London, what kind of memories you got back, you brought back to Bangladesh, or what kind of lesson you brought back to Bangladesh, or for your personal, development, what kind of things you brought back from London to Bangladesh, or for yourself?
Oh, I got to learn a lot from there. There have been exhibitions, shows going on. There is a lot to learn from there. They have sustainable fashion design shows too. Yes. I had participated there as a competitor, and I was among top 3.
Wow. Nice.
But I am from different, like a different place altogether, and I hold a Bangladeshi passport, so I can't go further.
Of course.
So that much I went, and they had been very much cooperative. And there are people from all around the world. At the exhibition, you find more than hundreds of inspiration to work with, and there is fashion technology there, smart wear there. What is not there?
Of course.
Yes, so you must have beautiful memories also, and yes, we will be talking more about your journey, more about your childhood, and more about your country as well. So अहिलेको लागि एउटा छोटो व्यापारिक विश्राममा हामी लागौं र हामी हाम्रो अतिथिसँगको कुराकानीलाई जारी राख्ने नै छौं. Stay with us.
Alright, के आज घरमा हेर्दै नै हुनुहुन्छ यहाँ हामीसँग हामी दुईजना आज एकदमै एक्साइटेड पनि छौं बिकज हामीसँग एकदमै स्पेशल गेस्ट पनि हुनुहुन्छ नि दिपाञ्जली जसको चाहिँ अब ट्यालेन्टको कुरा गर्नु पर्दा उहाँको प्रोफेसनको बारेमा भन्नु पर्दाखेरि चाहिँ देयर सो मेनी थिंग्स दैट कम टुगेदर लाइक अब लेक्चरर देखि मेकअप आर्टिस्ट एन्ड लाइक वी सेड के फ्यासन डिजाइनिङको पाटोलाई त हामीले अलिकति समेटि पनि सकेका छौं त्यो बाहेक पनि थुप्रै कुरामा उहाँ इन्भल्भ हुनुहुन्छ.
Exactly, I would call her a very very creative person because fashion designing एउटा पाटो लाइफको भए तापनि लाइफलाई एउटा बेग्लै दृष्टिकोणबाट हेर्ने प्लस आफूले मात्रै नभएर आफ्नो देशको हैन र अरु ठाउँका विभिन्न समुदायका महिलाहरूलाई चाहिँ आत्मसात गरेर आफ्नो क्रिएसनमा समावेश गर्दै उहाँले लाग्नु भएको छ हैन. यसरी अन्तर्राष्ट्रिय राष्ट्रिय विभिन्न फ्यासन डिजाइनिङ फ्यासन वीकहरुमा पनि उहाँले पार्टिसिपेट गर्नु भएको छ. सो बेसिकली भनौं न उहाँ एउटा ब्युटी आर्टिस्ट पनि हुनुहुन्छ हैन, मेकअप आर्टिस्ट पनि हुनुहुन्छ, प्लस कलेजमा लेक्चरर पनि हुनुहुन्छ,
ट्रेनिङ पनि दिनुहुन्छ उहाँले महिलाहरूलाई
पनि हुनुहुन्छ भनेपछि धेरै भन्दा धेरै सेक्टरमा आफ्नो संलग्नता उहाँको रहेको छ.
एक्ज्याक्टली छाप छोडिसक्नु भएको छ र केही दृश्यहरू पनि हेरौँ यसै सम्बन्धित पनि उहाँका विभिन्न जुन ठाउँमा उहाँले एकदमै राम्रो कार्यहरू गर्दै आउनु भएको छ. लेट्स ह्याभ अ लुक इन्टु सम फोटोज एन्ड देन हामी फेरि उहाँसँग फर्दर कुरा गर्नेछौँ.
Wow, beautiful and very innovative designs.
Yes.
Alikiti unique creation भन्नु पर्ला हैन Laurisa. So basically, Farah, can you elaborate some about the designs that we saw at the last, beautiful designs that you've created? Can you say about that a little bit?
Yeah, sure. Well, the concept is using the recycled fabrics and materials or the leftover ones instead of throwing them away in order to manage waste, waste management.
Yeah.
We can use them further to create ornaments. It can be like earrings or any other jewelries, bracelets. So that is what I had been thinking now. And then I went around the marketplace here. I collected the fabrics from here. I got some materials from my place too, mixed it all up, put it all together and came up with the idea, okay, fine, let's do this jewelry design now. Like the one I'm wearing, this is from another organization. After I have taught them, they did this.
Wow, okay, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
So yes, we also saw the pictures of your training that you've held here. You have, you have taught many of the women over here.
They are the marginalized women.
They are the village women. They come over here. They just came this morning. And then I taught them how to do these jewelry designs, how to add value to that, how to use the fabrics to do jewelry designs. I can hold some here.
Yes, I think at this particular point of time,
earrings and everything.
Yes, at this time, like I said, it's very important to be economically independent, economically empowered.
Right.
And so I think you're doing exactly the same right now by teaching some of the marginalized women, some of the most indigenous women of our country to do something different.
Project, so that they learn the skill, so that they can do it of their own. But to take it further, we need more funding, so that I can come over again,
time and again.
Of a workshop again, and it goes on. And in further case, what can be done is these products, once designed, can be sold to tourist area here, or it can be sold abroad, or it can be through my website. I have my fashion label Boaba. It can also be sold there. So these are the further thinking, like what can be done after this. So village women, they can easily learn this, because this is quite easy to do. Like
and it's I think available locally also.
Yes, locally. It's not very pricey either.
And not very expensive, and it can be available anywhere else.
And when you learn, you can teach the rest too.
In a very limited and minimal capital, you can start your own thing, right? So Farah, I also wanted to ask you about your personal choices of designs that you make. As a designer, what kind of design really matters to you? What kind of design you really focus on? For like example, you focus on traditional wear or a formal wears. What kind of design you want to make? You like making?
Well, I always try to promote the sustainable development thing. So I work with local woven fabrics from my place also, like there is jamdani, muslin. I try to promote that by creating a fusion, because not everyone is gonna wear sari and all that, right? So turn it into a prom wear maybe, or into a beautiful kaftan that can be worn at beach area. So that I try to do, and I try to figure out, like, okay, what are the problems women's facing? For instance, once I went for reporting at that was in Parabandar in Chittagong. I went with the Cupping Foundation, with the foundation I went, and there I figured out that women are having a lot of issues. They are not being able to market their product, and they are still having the same old design. So I started to think, okay, let's try to change the design. In that way, they get bigger market, and why not promote their product? Why not design together, collaborate with them, and then they get the bigger picture there. They can even export abroad. But here needs the unity too. The same concept works in here too. Exactly. Why not do the same here? Why not promote the Nepali designs and made by Nepal, that tagline from here, and that can be also taken to runways, fashion shows, exhibitions abroad, and there can be donors who might be interested to further finance this project, so that it can be an action oriented project, and it can be carried out in the long run.
Exactly.
Okay. So I'm also in love with the whole idea of you trying to, you know, make things sustainable for a very long time. That's something that I think we should all abide by and follow as well. And the thing that you're wearing right now, your attire, I think it's similar to kurti that we Nepali commonly say. But can you explain more about it, what it's like, or how did you make it? Because the fabric reminds me of somewhat like Dhaka just so print. So
this is all the way from Rangamati. That's another tribal community there, very famous tribal community. It's being weaved by them. I just designed it, but it's woven by them. And you see the tribal designs around, and these are the kind of colors they like to use.
And of course the choker, how can I forget that? Because it just stands out. It looks beautiful on you as well.
I am very much into this tribal wear. So if you see the choker and this one ring, some of this comes from there too.
Okay. So like I said, I'm very fascinated with you and your personality, that I am very, very curious to know more about your childhood. But for now, I think we should take a short commercial break. I'm एकैछिनमा आउनेछु because उहाँको बारेमा I think धेरै motivational, inspirational कुराहरु पनि हामीले सिक्ने नै छौं for somebody who is of such young age at this particular moment of time. So let's take a short commercial break. We'll be right back.
All
right, welcome back once again. Deepanjali, एकदमै रमाइलो कन्भर्सेसनमा हामी छँदै छौं. आज हामीसँग हुन्छ फराह दीबा all the way from Bangladesh. र उहाँ चाहिँ यहाँ कन्फरेन्सको लागि आउँदै हुनुहुन्छ हैन, for a very short period. In fact, she's just leaving tomorrow. हामीले उहाँसँग एउटा छोटो मिठो एउटा अन्तर्वार्तालाई चाहिँ सेटअप गरिहालेर एउटा धेरैभन्दा धेरै जानकारी चाहिँ उहाँको बारेमा लिने प्रयास गर्दै छौं. And like we said, धेरैवटा कुरामा उहाँको संलग्नता, like from lecturer to, you know, fashion designing and then trainer. Of course, उहाँ चाहिँ reporter पनि हुनुहुन्छ. And apart from that, a makeup artist too.
Yeah. So basically, you know, एउटा क्रिएटिभ मान्छेलाई चाहिँ नि धेरै फिल्डमा यस्तो क्रिएटिभ फिल्डमा हात हाल्नु त्यति धेरै गाह्रो हुँदैन, तर आफ्नो इन्ट्रेस्टको पनि कुरा आउँछ लरिसा हैन. हामीले धेरै कुरामा इन्ट्रेस्ट राख्यो र त्यो कुरा चाहिँ हामीले साच्चै गर्ने इच्छा शक्ति यदि मान्छेको हाई भयो भने चाहिँ डेफिनेटली हामीले चाहेको चीजहरु सबै चीज हाम्रो सपना यही पूरा गर्न सक्छौं के हामी. And I think that is what the example that Farah has set भन्न मन लाग्यो मलाई चाहिँ हैन.
So yes, and I'd like to highlight on the fact that you are also makeup artist. Welcome back once again. So since you're also into makeup, so today you have applied the makeup all by yourself, right? Because it takes us hours just to finish this. So I'm just imagining how with how much of precision you must have done that. So for that, I mean, did you train yourself up, or did you go to any formal school for makeup artist?
No, I never did. But my mom used to be very much stylish. That used to inspire me a lot. And from standard 5, 6, I began to practice this all by myself. And I have a beauty parlor too, where indigenous women are given free training, especially the divorced one or abused one. They're most welcome there. They get their free training and they work there too. So yeah, and as a makeup artist, I have worked abroad as a freelancer, of course, in London and also in USA. When I was in USA, I went to one of the institute there in Houston, and I was invited there as a guest makeup artist.
Okay, so yeah, let's take a look at some pictures. You know, some of your designs, and then we will come back with further conversation. Let's have a look.
Okay, Deepanjali, I was just asking her while the pictures were scrolling that if she actually did everything all by herself, or are there any assistants under her? But then she said no, right?
She don't have any assistants. All by herself, from head to toe. and normally whenever there is some fashion shoot or fashion show going on, normally any designer, they have a side hand to assist them, right? So you said you had no one, you did all by yourself. So could you please explain those designs, those theme actually, the look actually, what was it inspired by, and what was it, what was the message and the concept, the theme actually?
Actually, I work at different themes. I'm more into the costume design concept too. So any kind of challenging thing you offer to me, I'm gonna work on that. So like the ones you see here, there is the Gothic theme there. So I named it Gothic Bride. So it was it went for a magazine that was published. That's a Linger magazine in USA. It was published there. So I did the hair and makeup, everything there, and there was this huge gown because that's a Gothic bride, right? So it comes. It's the like two side. One is black, one is white. So there is the black dress coming in there, and there is the white one coming in there. And sometimes I do fusion wear. Actually, that's my weakness, doing fusion wear. And I try to take the inspiration from different cultures and different ethnicities too, and different countries too. Sometimes the color I find attractive. Sometimes I use the natural, like flowers, and sometimes I use the geometrical shapes, and sometimes I get inspired by buildings too. How to bring that into this. Like one of the prize I won, that was a competition back in USA. They wanted to do something with recycled fabrics or something related to that, and plastic. So I did this wear with plastic, and it was inspired by a museum from there. From New Jersey.
So
it varies, and I also work for the KBC in Bangladesh, and I styled a costume and for him too. He's a famous personality now. He's an
I also noticed something like a puppet there, something which had hands but then looked kind of like a puppet. So can you explain us more about it? What exactly was that, and what did you want to portray through that particular image?
Sometimes it is like women sell like puppets. That's the concept. Sometimes people think like that. So actually, it is not that. So that kind of concept coming in there, and the inspiration was rickshaw. You will see there had been a lot of colors going on there. So rickshaw concept was being brought into that, and it was more of a fantasy wear. Fancy wear, we say.
Right. So Farah, I mean, you've taken so many, versatile career choices in your life. I mean, you're into so many different kinds of profession. So like I said, I wanted to know more about her childhood, but I think it's time that we take a short commercial break. हामी एकैछिनमा आउनेछौँ फराहको बारेमा अरु पनि जानकारीहरू लिएर अहिलेको लागि एउटा छोटो commercial break.
All right, welcome back. हेर्दै हुनुहुन्छ कार्यक्रम के आजा घर मै लरिसा अनि दिपाञ्जलीको साथमा, र we have a very special guest all the way from Bangladesh, a fashion designer, entrepreneur, you know, a lecturer, makeup artist, whatnot, Farah Deeba. So there's so many things to ask Farah.
Yes, because I have been actually longing to ask you since forever, since the show started, because I'm very fascinated about the way you've made such varied or vivid, or let's say versatile career choices in your life. So what was your childhood like? How were you brought up, and what motivated you into bringing the best in you so far? I mean, what were you like as a child, basically?
As a child, I was a bit quiet.
Very quiet?
Very quiet, And then I started to observe around. That, I have to change. I have to develop myself because I wanted to be a designer, and I started to do my research from standard 5. That I'll be a designer. So what are the things that I need to know?
Research since standard 5.
We have this famous designer there, Bibi Russell. She was one of my inspiration back then. And still I'm inspired by her. So I used to go through her articles, learn more about fashion, what to study and what to study, how to do this and that. That time there wasn't a lot of things available. Now internet is in your mobile, but that time it wasn't there. And my mom inspired me very much. She was very stylish. She used to design her own clothes. Those were really beautiful and unique. That inspired me too. And she used to always motivate me. And I used to also go to slum with my mom. She used to help the slum people. So then I started to think, what can be done? Because fashion, everyone have this concept that fashion is only for the rich, blah, blah. Fashion sometimes is of no use, forget about the poor even, it's not of any use to the society. No, that's not the concept here. So what can I do that can combine these two things together? I used to wonder that. So when I was 21 years of age, I even went to one of the non-profit organization. They said, oh, you're too young, you have to be 35 years of age, and then you have to ask the permission of your husband, only then you can come in. I was like, oh no, I am going to do something before that in my life. I will try my best to do that. So why not combine fashion and development together, sustainable development together, and women empowerment together? What can be done in here? So that is when I started to work with other organizations as volunteer, as team member, as a trainer. I still work that out in my place, and why not do the same here? That is why I have done it here too. And it was challenging. And my father wanted me to be a doctor, but I took different direction. He thought that it's just a hobby, but actually it wasn't. Later on, he came to learn that it's not a hobby, and I'm still sticking to it and taking it to another direction. Fashion for the poor too, fashion for women empowerment. That is what I am concentrated more now into. I crossed that step by step. From national, I went to international. Now the third step is this.
Wow. And we're very sure that they must be very, very proud of you right now, right?
Right now, of course. I'm sure your father must be very proud of you, because you have definitely taken your hobby, your dream to the next level. Yes. Now this is the last question, most probably. I wanted to ask you about the life, you know, what kind of challenges that you've faced. As you said, your father wanted you to become a doctor, and then, you know, and there you have lots and ups and downs that you have seen in life. So how do you define life, you know, then and now? When you started at a very young age, now you have achieved so much, there yet to do so many projects again. And after some time thinking about life and just, you know, monitoring
when you reflect back.
When you reflect back, how do you see life?
Well, life is just like a roller coaster ride.
Yes.
Now how you enjoy it. Sometimes some people are scared, sometimes they enjoy and they shout, yay, it's fun, you know. It's like that. In every step, sometimes you face this obstacle, but when you have that strong willpower, when you're passionate about something, you're going to go forward, no matter what. There is no barrier. It's all inside our mind. That's the barrier. But sometimes, it takes time. You have to be patient. You have to be hardworking. Sometimes you have to convince. For instance, if you work in, you know, in a job environment, there also you have to convince your boss, right? So it goes on everywhere. It can be in the family. Such case can be in the family. Such case can be in your workplace. Like for instance, when I'm teaching at university, there will always be a conflict, isn't it? Sometimes there can be conflict of ideas or concept or whatever it be. But then you have to tactfully handle it. You have to be patient and smart enough to handle the situation, and then go forward with whatever interest you have, whatever dream you have, and what your vision is.
Okay, of course. So we are almost to the end, Laurisa. I think we had an amazing episode today, amazing show today along with Farah. At last, you know, before going, what message you would like to give to our viewers, just in a one line, single line, especially to the young fashion designers, to the aspiring fashion designers who are watching the show right now, who must have been motivated through your interview right now. So what would you like to give them? What kind of message would you like to give them?
Well, with your skill, empower the women too, underprivileged women.
Okay.
Empower yourself, develop yourself personally, and develop the people around you who are less fortunate.
Wow.
Yes.
So I think that is a very sweet message, you know.
Sweet and very empowering kind of message, I think we'd like to say. And thank you very much for coming on our show. Thank you very much, and have a wonderful journey back home. We'd like to wish you all the very best for your future endeavors. And हाम्रा सम्पूर्ण दर्शकवृन्दले चाहिँ आज कार्यक्रम हेर्नुभयो, उहाँलाई पनि धन्यवाद भन्दै आजको यस कार्यक्रमबाट बिदा माग्न चाहन्छु म लरिसा अनि दीपाञ्जली। यस भोलि फेरि आउने नै छौँ कान्तिपुर टेलिभिजन HD हेर्दै गर्नुहोला।
Hello everybody, thank you so much for watching Aaja Ghar Mai. We're also on Facebook and Instagram, and also our videos are uploaded every day on YouTube. So don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and also don't forget to download our app Kantipur TV HD. Thank you and bye-bye.